Perhaps in the least surprising news of the college football season, Kayvon Thibodeaux has announced he's coming out. My last few mock drafts, I've had him falling out of the number one pick, and that has less to do with Thibodeaux and more to do with my guy, Aiden Hutchinson. Josh, I know we talk about this every week. I know you're not a Hutchinson homer as big as I am and some other folks appear to be now. But any thoughts on Thibodeaux, number one, coming out? And number two, does he remain your number one?
Well, he's my number one edge rusher. Kyle Hamilton has leaped him as the number one pick overall for me. I can understand the context of Aiden Hutchinson to Detroit, though, because it kind of seems like he's more of a Dan Campbell kind of guy. He's used to playing in that cold weather. He's, got the strong lower body. He's going to be that ankle biter, that kneecap biter that Dan Campbell loves. But I think Kayvon Thibodeaux is still a fantastic player. I mean, he's got that bend around the edge. One of my concerns was he's not the strongest in his lower body in terms of how he's built, but he's wiry strong. I mean, he's stronger than he looks. He can hold up better against the run than maybe what you would think by looking at him. But both are fantastic players. I don't have an issue with either one of them being in consideration for the number one overall pick.
And Traps, have you made the transition from Thibodeaux to Hutchinson and or someone else? I like the Kyle Hamilton number one pick. That's at least different. Josh, I'll give you that. But where are you on Thibodeaux?
Yeah, I'm on that same train too. I think I talked about it 2 weeks ago on this podcast that with Kayvon Thibodeaux, it's really all about his upside. And whether it's your defensive line coach, your D coordinator, your head coach, feels very confidently in being able to tap into all of that skill and natural talent, I think you could have someone that's like a Myles Garrett type player with Kayvon Thibodeaux. With Hutchinson, there's still upside because he is pretty athletic, but he's very high floor. So I think that's why in my mind, in my grading system, and really to a lot of draft analysts like ourselves, Hutchinson is the safer pick that still gives you, 3-down ability, 10+ sack season type of player. And just really over the last 3 or 4 games against Ohio State, against Iowa, Hutchinson, I think, has done enough to leapfrog Kayvon Thibodeaux.
If we're going to put it in Ryan Wilson terms, it's just like taking either Justin Fields or Mac Jones. Mac Jones, high floor, incredibly high ceiling, 2 for 3 on Monday night, 19 yards, willed his team to victory. As I was saying those words, I forgot that was against your team, Trap. So I'm sure you didn't enjoy the moment as much as I did. But don't ever bet against Mac Jones, I guess is a lesson there. But I think you're right. I think Thibodeaux has room to grow, and we can't just, and this is more a commentary on me than anything else. We can't just sort of take a snapshot of a player now and assume that's what he's going to be like. He's invariably going to get a lot better, and I think you can't go wrong with either one of those guys. And I do like Josh's notion of rolling with Kyle Hamilton there as well, a completely different player who just needs a role. My fear is sort of the Isaiah Simmons NFL track for him, but that's the conversation for later.